OtisWho Music. OtisWho Music.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Hey, this is another episode of the OtisWho podcast. I am your gracious, your most lovely, most opinionated, your most humblest host in the world, OtisWho. That's how I feel in real life. That's how I perceive the world to take me. But I'm here. It's a beautiful day. It's beautiful here in the Midwest, St. Louis, Missouri, this beautiful Midwest. It is a whopping 70 degrees plus outside. I'm still getting used to this daylight saving times. I have no idea what this is. But hello, people, before I start my rambling. Hello. Welcome to the OtisWho podcast. We're going to take a woosah moment. I'm here. I'm chilling. I don't know who, matter of fact, if you don't mind, if you can do it, just put in the chat where you're listening from or where you're watching, where you're watching from. Of course, I'm in the Midwest, STL. Just let me know if you can put in the chat where you're listening from. First and foremost, shout out to Natasha Vincent. She is the first one to give me my what they call this. Lord have mercy, I'm new to YouTube. What you call this? My Lord have mercy, I've been smoking too. What do they call that? That's funny. Well, thank you. It'll come to me. Thank you, Natasha Vincent. That's funny. Thank you. It'll come to me. Michigan, California. Woo! Thank you. I appreciate you. Okay, David Dade. Okay, I see you. So, okay, let me go through my little commercials, okay? Arizona, South Carolina. Okay, I appreciate you. I know a lot of you guys are new tonight to my channel. I appreciate you. I know you're here to hear my guest that I definitely respect, have the utmost respect for. He has some great information. You are familiar. I'm rambling. Let me slow down. You are familiar with the guest I used to have on here, Lamont, aka Thomas Legacy. He has some great information in his own right. Yes, he does. If you don't know who I'm talking about, please feel free to check the archives of my videos to partake in the knowledge that he was giving out. The guest I have tonight, which you already know about, he has his own lane and he has other great information that he's going to be bestowing upon us tonight. But before I even get there, let me just relax. Let me do what I do. I'm going to start the show my regular way. For those that do not know what I'm talking about, I don't start my show at all without playing my song. Oh, this is my song. So bear with me. Here we go. It's a beautiful song. I listen to this every morning when I get up, when I'm in the bathroom doing what I do. We all do it. Relax. Don't get all sensitive on me. Come on, relax. But we all do what we do. Music dictates your day, whether you want to admit it or not. It does. So this is the song that I listen to start my day. Here we go.
can't harm you. It won't work.
All right, all right, all right. I love it. I love that. Let's get the fun stuff out the way. Yes, yes, yes. This is the OtisWho podcast. Thank you again for tuning in. My guest will be tuning in here, I guess, in another 16 minutes. I'm pretty sure he's going to be prompt. So he will be here at 6:30, well, 5:30 my time, wherever your time is. So I appreciate that. So please hang tight. I'm going to keep you entertained until then. Um, First and foremost, um, if you would like to, if you've seen the no, let me slow down. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, please. If you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button. I'm all over the place on this channel. As you can see, if you're here now, the majority of you that are here, you're here to hear the guest speaker that I have coming up because you're in this particular lifestyle that I call it, because it is a lifestyle. So I have content regarding that that is mainly done in the evening times, like we're doing now. But during the day, I partake on the other side of YouTube, which I'm part of a panel, and we discuss everyday issues, everyday situations. So I also partake in that. But my heart and my passion, and the one that doesn't make me any money, none whatsoever, and it has nothing to do with that, is what we're going to be talking about today. Things that are going to help the people that is not glamorous, is boring. It really is. And I get that. So with that being said, I do thank you for being here. If you want to listen to the other regular everyday life stuff, which is still good stuff, we talk about marriage, we talk about relationships, we talk about a lot of stuff. I do that during the day on a platform, mainly Monday through Friday. So please feel free to subscribe to my channel and listen to that content. But again, this type of content, this like type of lifestyle that a lot of people don't live, but we do. You know what I'm talking about. We're going to be discussing that information. My guest is here, but I'm going to stall them out for a minute because I want to get this information out the way. Again, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you haven't seen um, my information prior to tuning in, I do have available status corrections. I do have available um, um, the Living Trust. I do have available the, I call it the 508c1a trust. You do your own research on those. I don't care who you get those items from. I could care less. It's all about you understanding what you have and knowing how to operate with those documents and knowing what to do with those documents. If you would like those documents from me, please scan the QVR code that you see on the screen. Just scan it. The information is back there. Just click on the extra link if you will have those documents. But again, I don't care who you get them from. It's really not about the documents. It's about how to enforce the documents and knowing what you have. It comes with a 30-minute consultation, so you would not be left in the dark with whatever you donate and what documents you get from me. You will know exactly what to do with those. I'm not in that game for that, but if I am going to do this, I will give out the good information, the right information, and the documents that I have will work. You just have to know how to put the work in to implement it and stand on your quote unquote square or 10 toes down. That's that. And along with that, while you're back there, support the show, buy your man a cup of coffee. I got all that boring stuff out the way. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. You see the icons above me. Whether you have to follow it, subscribe, or like, please do so. All the monikers are the same. OtisWho? That's true. I'm gonna say it one more time because that wasn't loud enough. OtisWho? Yes, I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. If you want to have or ask a question, it's not going to be too many questions asked at all. I already got that cleared away with my guest that's coming up because he's going to be giving out so much good information. I know you guys are going to have questions. That's fine. I'm going to tell you this. If you have questions, you could drop it in the chat. I can't stop you from doing that. I don't know if I'm going to read it or not. But if you pay for a super chat, and that's what it's called. Thank you for my first super chat. It just came to me. Boy, I tell you, this medicine is a powerful thing. It's called a super chat. If you pay up for a super chat and you have a question in there, then yes, I'm obligated to ask that question. But don't get carried away, because the young man is going to be coming up. This information is so full and deep. The questions is going to be asked and answered in his upcoming free question and answer session. But let me see. Okay, he'll be back. He's doing something. I thought he was ready, but he'll be back. Matter of fact, we got another 10 minutes. Oh, matter of fact, hold on. Are you ready, sir? Okay. Are you ready to roll? I got you. Okay, I got you. I see you trying to get all set up, and you act all cool. I got you. You got the cool little camera shot. Hey, I kid. I crack a lot of jokes. I kid. Okay. Okay, let me get you together here. Yeah. I see. I see. We good, man. We good. We good. Oh no, let me bring up. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Well, without further ado, we have our guest speaker here. Of course, the one, the only. We have Lord Ausar. Say hello to the people, you guys.
Peace and light to everyone.
Yes.
Everyone's having a
We
good
got
day.
Lord Ausar in the building.
Yes, I'm here with
Well,
Brother
listen,
Otis.
first and foremost, I would like to seriously thank you for coming on my platform, just to give. I'm going to, of course, give you to floor. Matter of fact, let me slow down. Let me pull up your banner. You definitely deserve your banner up. Oh yeah, and you threw your little Loke song. I see you.
Yeah, I gotta
Man,
get
you
low.
something else. I tell you, boy.
I
I
gotta
tell you,
get
you be
low.
something else. Okay, I see you. All right, damn. Don't outdo the host now. Damn, the
No,
hell.
let's
Okay,
do it.
it's all good. I'm just, I kid. But
You
all
know,
jokes
listen,
aside, though, seriously,
I
having
know
fun.
I know how you give it up, oh,
Yeah, come on,
you
man.
know what I'm saying? I'm glad that, I appreciate you also, man, for, inviting me to your platform, to give the people, give me this opportunity to share with the people this information, because a lot of people are, need the information, and they are misinformed about the information in a lot of ways. People are in many groups, and I'm seeing that they go into different groups, grabbing pieces here and there and everywhere, but they're not in order. So what begins to happen for the people is then it creates a pattern of chaos, and they be all over the place. And in most cases, these people become frustrated because of, they're trying to execute their documents in the process, but they don't particularly have it step by step. So
But let me ask you a quick. Well, let me ask you a question before I cut you off. I apologize.
it's okay. That's okay, bro.
Can everyone in the chat, can you guys hear him? Okay, I just want to make sure. Is there any way you could turn your volume up just a little bit more, Lord or so? You good? I just want to make sure. Put a one in the chat if you guys can hear him. Okay, I just want confirmation. Can everyone hear him? Okay, because I hear you. I just want to make sure they can.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Put a one in the chat, you guys, if you can hear him. Okay. You can go ahead and keep talking. Nobody's saying nothing. We'll
Yeah.
see. Let me see. Okay, I see the ones. I see. Okay, you good. Okay, go ahead. But check this out. Okay, before you get okay, I see it. Okay, I got you. Thank you. Okay. Well, let's do this properly. Let's let the people know, for those that don't know who you are, and also too, let me get a brief background of how we met.
Mm-hmm.
We met via the quote unquote famous think tank. When I'm not going to go deep into that at all, but that's how we met. And with that being said, you were one of the individuals that were on the think tank, and I was not part of the think tank at that time. I was a client of the think tank, and the knowledge that I knew that you had then, just by me sitting back and just listening to everyone on the think tank at the time. Everybody at the think tank was bringing their own information and bringing what they brought to the table. And I could tell based on what you were saying and what you were not saying, I peeped that too, and that was the
Yeah,
wrong damn sound effect. That was messed up. I'm gonna do it again. That's messed up. But I knew it when you wasn't saying something. I knew what you were really saying. Trust
right,
me, I was reading between the
right,
lines. So
right.
that's how I met you. And now the think tank is no longer, for whatever reason, we're not going to get into that. You took it upon yourself with a little hesitation, which I understand the hesitation to remedy some of the past issues that didn't sit well with a lot of people, rightfully so, which was no fault of yours, none whatsoever. Everyone knows that, and you're doing what you can to remedy that.
Yeah.
And I stand behind you 100% because what you do know, you do have some great information. So that's how I came about knowing you. So if you could go into just briefly what got you into this lifestyle and also go into what you do give out. I mean, the floor is yours because you have a lot of information. Go for it.
Well, how I met you, you pretty much summed it up. To elaborate on that a little bit with the think tank, it was short lived, far as I know, because when I came into the think tank, I came into it like at the very end of the process that was going on over there. So when I came in, I was trying to bring the information to pretty much, help the people out and strengthen the process. But as we know, it didn't go that way. So, I'm not going to get too much into the think tank because I don't want
Right,
to get
right,
into that because I didn't have
right,
nothing to
right.
do with
Most
a lot of
definitely.
things that was going on over there. But my process and me in this whole process for me, my journey, you know, um, I started out, in this process in 1994, as far as high science. You know what I mean? I started out
Hmm.
as in the 5% nation, so I had to learn the 120s. But the older people probably understand that. You
Uh
know what I'm
huh.
saying? And through my life, I grew up. My grandmother, she was very religious. You know what I'm saying? And she brought me up in the church. But the ironic thing was, my father was a Muslim. So he didn't, I didn't practice the Muslim faith, but growing up with my grandmother, she put me into the church, so I wound up, learning a lot of things through church and things like that. But through my life, I felt empty as I got into it in my teenage years, and I began to search and wanted to find myself. So I started to study all different type of religions, and then I began to become study under the Dr. York's teachings and things like that.
Okay.
Fast forward and moving forward, and all these teachings and learnings, I still felt financially um, handicapped. You know what I mean? It was,
Okay.
you learn all these things, but you have no finance to move forward. You know what I'm saying? To gain, to build. You know what I'm saying? A financial future for your family. Because this was just about. You know what I'm saying? Building a
Right.
financial future for your family.
Most
So
definitely.
I came across. Uh, and what got me into this, I came across the Moors, right, in 2016, and I always heard about them, but the things I heard was kind of negative and derogatory and stuff like that, so I didn't really jump into it. So after a while, I'm still studying, I'm still running into roadblocks because I'm still coming back to the same thing. So I went and started studying what the Moors were studying, and it was pretty interesting because um, the Noble Drew Ali, the founder, he was teaching what they call civics, and
The
he
civic
was
side,
teaching
right?
the
And
civics.
that's the Moorish Science Temple of America. I want people to understand the full. Yeah, I know we
Now we
cut it
got to
short
get
a lot.
some.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to make something real clear about this. I'm not a religious Moor. I'm
Hmm.
not down with the Moor Science Temple. I'm not down with the religious group. I'm not religious. I am cultural. You understand?
Most definitely, yes.
I'm in business.
And thank you for
I
clarifying that.
practice the
Yes.
culture. I practice the culture, not the religion. If that's understandable, right?
Hmm.
So, with that being said, understanding the history, Noble Drew Ali, he came into, and he started the Candleland Moors in 1913. And
Right.
from 1913 all the way to 1928. Then he started the Moor Science Temple, right? Then he got into the religion. He got into the religion in 1928, and then in 1929, he was killed. So I feel like personally, the religion was his demise because he went into the crossed over into that branch of teaching. right? But we have a cultural way of life that go back for many centuries, many years. So I got that kind of sparked my interest, one,
Okay.
and two, when he would start teaching, the straw man. That's when I first heard the terminology straw man come from him and his
Oh, really?
teaching.
Oh, that term you heard it come from Noble Drew Ali?
Listen, he, he told us don't throw away our IDs; they worth more than we can imagine. The reason why he said that because he knew what the straw man was worth. He knew that that was the account that we would have to go back and learn how to navigate the system to be able to use our accounts, which is called vessels. American vessel, right?
Mm-hmm.
783.38 CFR, American vessel, right? So this
There
is
you
what
go.
we knew. So when he started teaching us these codes, teaching us the civics, then we started going back into what we call sovereignty. But where it got messed up at, they started mixing the sovereignty process with the religious process. So that's what happens, and that's why there's
Mm.
so much of division within the nation right now of what's going on. I'm a landlord. I'm out on these on these grounds. Then you got those in temples, that pray, take dues, and etc. Stuff like that. I don't do none of that stuff. I'm here
Right,
for the people.
exactly.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm
I'm,
here for
I'm
the
I'm very
people,
familiar.
right?
Right.
Our goal, our mandate was for us to be humanitarians, to be
Mm-hmm.
noblemen, to be humanitarians, and teach. Right? That's our mandate to teach. So
Gotcha.
I'm doing what the mandate is requiring me to do. You know what I mean? I don't
Right.
have
So
to be
you
a
just
part.
tied. Yep. You just tied this. I was about to ask you. So how did you take that mandate? Which I'm glad you said that. That's a beautiful segue that I'm about to tie into.
Mhm,
So you took that because I was a practicing uh more of the
mhm.
Moore Science Temple of America,
Mhm.
Temple 79 in Fort in Huntsville, Alabama.
Yeah,
The
you were telling me.
actual true. But I
Right.
get what you're saying. There's a lot of different fashions. We're not here to go there, but I understand the difference because when you're part of that particular fashion, they're really more focused on the religion side, not
No,
more of the civic side. So
right.
that's
Not
why,
right. Right. You see what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
They're not concentrating on the financial wealth. They-
Exactly.
They're not going back to what the foundation that he laid back for us. He laid the trust for our nation, for our
Okay.
people. It's called the vast estate. We were always supposed to be attached to that, and land was supposed to be mandate to all the nations or all the tribes of people. It was supposed to be mandated by the Moors, but they have been compromised for some reason. I'm not going to get into that. That's a whole nother segment, and they
Hmm.
are not doing their job. So I don't want to be a part of that. But
I got you.
he was teaching us our sovereignty, and our sovereignty is freedom.
Got
Everyone
you.
has the right to sovereignty. So I teach the sovereignty process to everyone. You know, we
I'm glad you
understand,
said that.
right? We understand as a Moor. If you understand, we don't see color. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at it
Right.
that you black and I'm white because I'm not black. This sweater is black, right?
Hmm.
And if you look up the word black, it's an adjective, right? That's a
Hmm.
thing. I'm not no thing. I come from a people. I come from a nation. I have a tribe. Black has no land, right? Black
Start
has
taking
no
notes,
flag.
people. Start taking notes.
Black has no land. Black has no flag,
Hmm.
right? So there's no law to protect that which you call yourself. Then you are subject to those that control the government or those that control society. When you exercise your right to sovereignty, you're protected via by the highest status of law in the land, which is the Library of Congress. So we have numbers in the Library of Congress that protect our people to where we are exempt from statute, code, and ordinance, their constitutional policies. We're exempt from that. But that's a whole nother subject for those who really want to go that far into the cultural part of this process, because there's a cultural part to this process that's really deep that we are exempt. They can't do nothing to us if once we go back into our ancestors' name. But there's a part to this process that I'm teaching that's for the people. It's for everyone. If they want to be free, they have the right to be free, right?
Now,
So,
okay. Now,
and I
before you
say
go any
this.
further, let me let the people know. When you say you teach this, do you have something coming up? We're going to get back into what you were saying, but do you
mm,
have something coming up that the people are going to be able to partake in? Is it
Yes.
it's Thursday, right?
Yes, no, what Thursday is going to be the open class, and we're going to be talking about pretty much the workshop that we got coming up, because we're going to be talking in the workshop. We're talking about things like the authentication of the birth certificate and the status correction, the right to travel, the trust fund, bill pay. These are the type of things that we talked about in our workshop to help people have what you could say, a better livelihood, because
Okay.
a lot of us are drowning in debt. We don't understand how to pay these bills because we wasn't taught in school how to pay these bills because it was done deliberately. Rockefeller said, I not create these schools for thinkers, I created them for workers. You know, before he created the school, how did we learn? We learned right from home, or we had our own centers that we went to and learned. So we know that they have a system in place to where they're deliberately not teaching us how to go back and activate our Sesta KB trust. You know, so I'm talking about things like the certificate, which is the birth certificate, which is the
Okay.
bond, and how to form it, how to create it, how to use it, how to deposit it. We're talking about all
Oh,
types of things, and we're talking about the law that allows you to do this, because that's very important.
so okay, so you're saying you're going to be discussing the birth certificate, the authentication of that,
Yes.
and with strong foundational backing, substance, the law behind what you are saying, what you're going to be teaching, and that's going to be
Right.
coming up Thursday. I'm going to let you guys know exactly, for those that don't know, how to get in that class. But with that being said, before we get to that, is that what you're going to be discussing and for
Not,
us with the
not
questions and answering?
this Thursday. I'll be touching bases like a question and answering service and some of the new forms that we discovered and new directions. We're going to hear some people who are, from what we've been doing thus far, who has been trying and attempting to execute the process and having some type of some type of gain thus far.
Okay,
Because once you give people the power, you give them the equipment, and you give them the direction. If they're strong enough, they're gonna make the move on their own.
got
You
you.
know what I mean?
I'm glad you said that. I'm
Yeah,
glad you said that. That's
yeah.
real important.
Because
Listen to what he just
you don't
said.
want to get into habit. You don't want to get into habit of always doing it for the people, because when they need it done again, they got to come back to you. So
Right.
your
Or
goal
giving
is
out quote unquote templates. It's not a
right,
template thing, it's
right. Yeah,
information,
you
and you
got
have
to
to
teach the
take that
people.
information and put it
Yeah,
in and go out to the world and put it into fruition with your understanding.
right. You got to teach the people how to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
So we
Got you.
haven't, what I mean. I'm so busy because so many people. I'm spreading myself thin, so I have to slow down. That's why I'm gonna have to bring a staff in, because of the of what's going on. Because we processing people and we getting them back into their proper status, with the right to travel, right?
Hmm.
And that's just a small part of it, because that but one of the most main part of it, but that it you want to get into the funding part. So I know a lot of people come into this process, and the first thing they look for is funds, but they got
Yeah,
to know they
yeah.
got to know
You already know it. You
how to
already know it.
structure.
That's the first thing out their mouth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
you
my
already know
my
it.
platform is structured where it's like, set it up, protected, funded. You know what I
I
mean?
like that.
You,
I
you
like
set
that.
up you set up everything that you're doing. You protect it. How you protect it? You protect it with the law. You
Can I
make
please
sure that
ask
the
you a
law,
question?
right, and
This is
then
not an overnight process, correct?
no way. It can't be an
Please
overnight
stress
process,
that.
because
Please stress that.
the mail alone might take 4 days, 8 days, 4 days there, 4 days coming back.
Hmm.
So and that ain't even taking the time it might take for them to get the mail and process it. So and all this is it's a process. So if I tell people, look, if you're looking for instant gratification, then this is not where you should be at. Because you're not going to get instant gratification, because if you do get instant gratification and luck up to get that, it's almost guaranteed that you're going to somewhere down the road they're going to jam you up. So we want to make sure that people understand this process, and the only way they can understand the process, they got to understand the laws and codes that go behind what they're doing,
That
right?
part. That
You know,
part. Laws and codes. That
laws and
part.
codes. So I always tell people the law is my savior. The law is my salvation. The law is my
My
sovereignty.
sovereignty. Yes.
In that order. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So by understanding that, then you'll understand how to operate and move. And with that form of thinking, it will always keep you 9 times out of 10 out of trouble
The
because
law.
you're not
And you said
moving
law. Yes,
right.
the law. You're
You're
not
not
trying to
moving
evade the law.
right.
You're encompassing the law.
Right. So if you do something before you got the law to protect you, then you just you invaded the law. If they find that loophole, then they got the right to come grab you. See, a lot
Mm-hmm.
of these people coming into this process, again, not understanding the difference between citizen, national, and sovereignty.
Okay. Break
Them
it
are
down.
three
Break it
different
down.
levels. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Citizen is subjects of the United States, right?
Okay.
National is those that pledge their allegiance to that particular state. Sovereignty has no jurisdiction. He's free in all 50 states. He's free. He's free to travel worldwide if his paper is filed properly worldwide in the world court. If his paperwork is filed properly with certain departments or agencies that recognize when he get pulled, then his information automatically come up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you want to make sure that you got the proper paperwork in place to where if they pull you, they know, whoa, we back up.
Right.
Like, for example, I have a diplomatic immunity passport. I have the 5-star passport. So
Okay.
I got diplomatic immunity. So whenever they pull me, it comes up in the system that I'm an ambassador. That's because I filed certain paperwork with my passport. So when I submitted it, they couldn't do nothing but take it. So it depends. The passport process depends on how you file your documents.
That part.
You could get everybody got the template is on the line, you know what I'm saying, and many templates is online, but how
Mm-hmm.
is you going to execute what you're doing?
That
And if you
part, the
don't
execution
execute
of
it
it.
right,
Yes,
it's going
that
to be an
part.
issue. So I
Yeah.
seen status correction process where people said that they had a status correction, but when I looked at the form, it was like, okay, the all capital is a dead entity. Everyone know that's a straw man. It's the illegals. So that is the dead entity. But now the secure party is supposed to be the all lowercase. All lowercase is supposed to be the secure party, like the last name, first name, middle name, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I see in some cases people got that all capitalized. So then I start looking like, okay, so something is wrong now. You know what I'm saying? Because we're
Right.
going to play. We dealing with this law, or we dealing with the UCC. And I want to say this: the UCC is the most powerful contract in the world. Everything is contract. Everything is contract. Your cell phone bill, your light bill, your gas bill, car bill, insurance bill, whatever bill you got is a contract,
Mm-hmm.
right? Whenever
Right.
you're dealing with these people, a company, they sign a contract with you, right? But the most powerful contract in the world is the UCC because it's recognized in every state. It's recognized
Right.
universal. It's recognized outside of the United States of
Internationally.
America, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we want to make sure that we file these documents and contracts in place to where we're protected. So this is what the platform that I bring. We offer, certain things like that. So we really helping the people, and a lot of people is getting help, but we need to help them more, and they need more help. They need help. They need to get the help much faster. They need to get the help
Mm-hmm.
much faster.
I caught what, and just so you know, I know you didn't do it on purpose, but you probably did. I caught what you said. I caught what you said. I caught it. I know you're not trying to get into it because I caught what you said with the contracts and the UCC. Yeah, I read
Yeah,
between the
yeah. I
lines.
ain't
I
want
got
to.
you.
I ain't want to
I
get
know
long.
you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, I ain't
You're
want to get
doing the
long
right
winded.
thing.
So
I
I
just
cut it.
wanted you to know
Yeah,
that
I cut it.
caught it.
I cut it. I
Yeah,
ain't want to get
beautiful.
long winded on you because
Yeah,
that's
yeah, you're right. But again, I caught it, and that's what part
yeah,
of the class for the questions and answers is going to be
right,
for this Thursday coming up.
right,
So just
right,
stay tuned. I do have someone in the back that's part of the team that helps out Lord Ausar. She's going to come up later on to go over the details on how to get into the particular class and things like that. So just hold
right,
tight. I'm not
right.
going to leave you guys hanging. But again, the floor is yours. So whatever you want to go into, because I know you have a lot of information up there. I already know you do. So whatever
Yeah,
you
it's some, a lot of the times it's so much information, man, because You guys, that's why I tell people engage. Because some people have certain questions and they want to ask. So a lot of time we engage. So I talk until you have somebody that want to raise their hand. If it's up to you, you want to get a question and that's up to them. But what you want, what you want me to elaborate on? Because we can
Okay.
elaborate on the CUSA. We can talk about the CUSA. We can talk about the birth certificate. You know what I mean?
I tell you, okay, I got you. Well, if you don't, but let's see, we have we have 18 people here. The 18 people here. Listen, he has a lot of information. I don't know how many of you guys in the chat that's already uh part of his group or whatever. But if you have a particular question, go ahead and write it in the chat.
Mhm.
Usually I want you guys to do a super chat to read a question, but I'll bypass that today. We have a special guest on. If you have a question that you would like to ask, you could definitely leave it in the chat, and I would definitely put it up on the screen and read it. I trust you. I will leave the I will put the link in the chat as well. And if you want to come up, your camera must be on because I don't know you. Let's keep it adult. Let's keep it professional. I'm going to drop the link. If you have a question that you would like to ask Lord
Yeah.
Ausar,
Well,
feel
come in.
free to come up and
Engage.
ask the question. If you have a question for myself as well, I'm also going to bring up Kimberly as well.
Mhm.
She's part of the team. I don't know what title she have. Actually, she has no title. She does whatever the hell she
She's
wants
the
to do.
administrator.
Yeah, she's the administrator. Yeah.
Her and
So I'm
Sister
going to
Doreen. Her and Sister
I'm going to
Doreen.
bring her up. Let me see. Let me get the right one here. I'm going to bring her up as well. Let me switch that back over. Hold on. Go back over. My fault. Let me do that. Boom. Okay. And hold on. Give me 1 second. And boom. There we go. Okay. There we go. How are you, Kimberly? Can you hear me? My fault. That's me. Hold on. Give me 1 second. That's me. Come on, Otis. Come on.
Hey,
This
Sister
is me.
Kimberly, how you doing?
That's me. I got a mic mute. I'm trying to unmute it. That's my damn computer tripping. Give me 1 second. Come on, mouse. Unmute. I asked for unmute. There we go. Did you hold on? I'm gonna start.
Okay, can you hear me
Okay,
now?
there you go. I'm sorry, you guys. We have technical problems. It happens. But there we go. I see everybody on screen. There we go. Let me drop this link here to see. But while I do that, Kimberly, well, go ahead and introduce yourself for those that don't know you, and if you want to chime in on whatever you want to chime in, and also give more insight on the upcoming questioning and answering situation that's going on.
Okay.
And you could talk about some things, Sister, that we talked about earlier too.
Yeah,
About
the
that-
floor open. Go for it. Go ahead. But I'm gonna drop this
About
link.
that-
Go ahead.
About that COL?
We
Is
can
that-
talk about that. We don't really got to talk about that, but we can talk about that a little bit. But go ahead, Bill. We're gonna go for it.
we
Yeah.
talk about a lot of stuff, so you're
I
gonna have
know.
I don't know which
Yeah,
one
but
you want.
go ahead if you don't mind. Go ahead and let them know if they want to get into that question and answering. Just give them a little bit of information on that real quick, and then we'll get right back into our conversation.
Okay, let me go ahead and make there's 2 announcements.
Okay,
So
go ahead.
the Code Breaker Free for All session is going to be March 14th, which is this Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, what will happen in order for you to get into that class, a link will be dropped tomorrow, and I will forward the link to Otis here, and he will get it to those that are not on Lord Asaur's platform. If you're on Lord Asaur's platform, you already have that information. You'll know when that link drops because I'll put it in the WhatsApp. But if you're not on his platform, I will forward that link to Brother Otis, and he will get you that link from his platform. The second message or notice is on March 21st is day 1. That's the first day for the Code Breaker workshop. It's going to be March 21st at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the cost for that is $249. Now, he does take Cash App. He does have the ability to take credit cards and so forth, but the cost is $249. In order to get to that link or that class, I need you to send me a text message,
Excuse me.
to 210-382-6006. And when you text me, I need your first name, last name, and your email address. So if you want to attend the Code Breaker workshop on March 21st, again, text me 210-382-6006, and I'll
Hold
get
on,
that
hold on, give me
information.
1 second. Hold on, give me 1 second. 210-382-606.
6006.
And that's the phone number. Okay.
Yes, that's my spare line. So if you think you're going to get communication with me through there, you won't get no communication. If you're asking me questions there, you won't get any questions or anything. That's for pure business on how to link with me. So 210-382-6006.
Is there an email or something as well? Because I'm about to put it up on the screen, or just a phone number.
No, just the phone number. They would just shoot me a text message with their first
Okay.
and last name and their email address. And then I'll tell them how to pay for the class, and then they will get sent the link.
Okay. Let me go and create that. Okay. And okay. So the phone number is there. Okay.
And
I'm sorry. Yeah. So, okay. So the phone number is there, 210-382-6006. You will send that text, you guys, to her if you would like to register for the class or whatnot. We're going to go over it again. We're not going anywhere right now. We're going to actually now go where they're going to go into details and also just give out more information, I'm pretty sure, to let you know that that a man is worthy of his hire, that $250. Because trust me, I know some of you guys are probably, I could just smell it in the air, cringing at the, okay, we're here selling stuff again. No, it's not about that. But the man is worthy of his hire. But prior to that, Thursday, that's going to be coming up, there is a free question and answer session, and that's Thursday at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to have the link on my YouTube community page. You could click on there to get in the question and answer session, and trust me, it's well worth you doing that. And there's another folder within there that also has the previous recordings that has beautiful free knowledge information. He's a man of his word, so you don't have to pay the 250. You could just go to this free class right here and get the information and do what you need with it to help free yourself. But to continue your education and to continue your overstanding of what's going on, and he is worthy of his hire, pay the 250 to get a more understanding and how to move forward with it. That's all I'm saying, and I don't think I could have said it any better. But you guys have the floor. Go for it. Did I drop the link in the chat? I don't think I did. But go ahead. Go
no, I
into
don't
what
see
you
it.
guys going to be talking about, if you don't mind, within the class, so they know that you guys will that he's worth his hire. The floor
Well,
is yours.
I would say this. I'd like to, you know, I do have people who call me and I do give them free information. You know what I'm saying? It's not really about selling the information. It's about you
Right.
taking my time to
hmm
explain the information to you, or you taking my time for me to help you fill out the document. Once that comes into play, then the service comes into play. Now, let me just tell you something. The difference between a hustler, right? The difference between the hustler and the pimp, right? One
Talk to me.
one has an EIN number. Excuse me. The difference between the hustler and the businessman. One has an EIN number, and the other one don't. I'm not here to hustle you. I have an EIN number. I have a business. By profession, I'm a business consultant. So I pay taxes on, the services I provide for the people. So when I came into this, I came into this professionally because you want to come in professionally if you're going to provide a service for the people. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how I formatted my business. So this is what I do for a living.
hmm
Consult, give advice and help people out, with their process in the system, and with their and anything they need during their process. So the free classes I do provide, because I want you to know that I want to share the information with you. It's not really about selling the information. And for those
Hmm.
who can't afford the information, you would get some of the information, but you won't get the in-depth detail like those who pay for it. But if you have already some knowledge somewhat and you know what to do, then you will know how to pick apart the information I give you and say, oh, that's what I'm missing. And then you'll
Right.
know to take that part of the information that reveal and take it and use it for your documents or whatever your process. So it depends on each person process. But for the most part, this is for people who who don't understand how this works from the beginning to the end, right? Because there's a lot of people who don't understand how it works from the beginning to the end. There's some people who got some things done and never authenticated their birth certificate. There's some people that don't feel like they don't need to do that and don't understand why you do that. So they need to understand why you do that. Why, what's the purpose of doing it, and this is what we're going to be sharing on the platform. You know,
Okay. Now let me ask you a question because people need clarity. I want to ask the questions that people are that people have but not asking. One, it's known that you are and you practice the cultural of being a Moor. Does
Mhm.
the process and the lessons, even though I already know the answer to this, does the processes and the lessons that you teach, do you have to be a Moor?
No, if
Thank you for
those
clarifying
thus
that. I
far
want people to I want people to hear that.
No, those thus far that I'm teaching the process to. I'm not even introducing the Moorish knowledge to them because it's irrelevant right now. People need to get themselves together and understand what they're doing. See, that's why I said business, law, and culture. Why is it business? Because you handle your business first, right?
Right.
Law is what's going to protect your business. Your
Law,
culture is
yes.
last.
LAW,
Your
yes.
culture, your culture come third because and foremost because whatever you represent culturally, that might not be what that person want to represent culturally, right? But we all
Hmm.
have a common ground. What's the common ground? We all have a system that's putting us in drowning us in debt. We all have a system that's kidnapping us and forcing us into their system and forcing us into contracts and to where we are being drowned, and it's crazy. So we have to have a platform to where people can get the information step by step and they can come out with wins. And, shout out to all the, platforms out there that's doing a path to freedom. She's doing her thing over there. I hear a lot about her.
Okay.
Um, who was another? I think his name is Sovo. And another guy,
Sovo, yes. Sovo, yes, yes. I'm
Sovo.
familiar with him,
He
yes.
doing his thing.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Eric Ingram Bay.
Eric Ingram Bay, Skip the Boss. I'm
Okay.
watching. I'm
Shout them
watching.
on
I'm
out,
looking.
most
I ain't
definitely.
saying nothing. I'm just watching and looking and
Yeah.
smiling like, yeah, these brothers is doing their things. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't realize that we is the Moors that's bringing this information to the people, and then people are breaking off and saying, well, we ain't got. I told you three different branches: is the citizen, the nationals, and the sovereigns. So people are breaking off saying, okay, I'm not going to be a Moor. I'm not going to go into the sovereignty thing, but I'm going to be a national. So they become a representative of the state. You know, they represent their state and they have rights as a national. You have a lot of rights as a national, so that's a win also. So for people that is not going to that third level and they stopping at the part of national, being a national, they are safe for the most part. So they don't have to be a more. So I could take them to the level of being a national, you know, and keep them to that part. But those who are interested in that, they'll ask the question like, hey, what's that really about? Hey, when you talking about what I'm talking about, now you're going
Hmm.
on the treaty. What does that mean? Article 6 of the Constitution says that the treaty is the supreme law of the land. That means if you go back under a name that the system recognize and that name is protected under treaty, that means you're protected under treaty. So if
I
you're
hope y'all
protected,
heard what he just said. See, I love when my guests come on here and just be talking shit and then he just say something that was powerful. and he dropped the act, the Constitution. He said it all. And to the astute, again, he just said something. This is what he's talking about. If you heard what he said, which I know you did, I know you heard. Out of the 18 people, 19 people that's on here, you heard what he said. Probably about 3 people heard what he said. So that 3 people is going to take what he said, go do their own research. I love analogies. He took a pot filler because some people already got their road already paid. They just need their potholes filled. You just gave them a pothole filler. You
Yeah,
just did.
yeah.
I
Just
heard
let them
your
know.
ass did it again. I heard what you did.
Yeah, and look, and look.
I heard what you did. I'm
That's
telling
the
you.
key. That's the key. The key is, we wanna go back under the supreme law of land. If you could find your way back underneath a treaty, then you're protected at the highest order. You know, and the treaty that we have as Moors, and let me explain something to you. Moor is a terminology in English that comes from Latin because Latin is the older language, right? In Latin, they call us Moreno. What do you call us a Moreno for? That means dark skinned person. So
Mm-hmm.
that's all a Moor is. A Moor is a person with pigmentation, dark complexion. You know what I'm saying? So that's what a Moor is. So that's why the Morenos, they call you a Moreno. That's them letting you know who you are. But our people wasn't taught that, and some of us take that as offensive. So this to let you know how deep this is in the etymology and also through the law. So we have a law that protects us because we're protected by a treaty under Article 6 of the Constitution. And then we have a allodial, American allodial title as being underneath this umbrella. This American allodial title number is AA22141. Once we go back underneath the empire and the treaty is now protecting us, now we are protected by sovereignty. Title 29, Delaware Code, sovereignty and jurisdiction, 106, 104, excuse me, 106, Section 4. It says Indians formerly known as Moors. So we knew that we was Moors before they started calling us Indians because it's in the law. And it's under the code of sovereignty, Title 29. So if
Mm.
you look up Title 29, Delaware Code, Sovereignty and Jurisdiction, Section 106, Section 4, 5, and 6, and you read, you'll see exactly what they called us in the early 1900s. So again, it's our culture that we must understand. But as we go down this rabbit hole in the law, you'll start bumping into these readings and these codes and start understanding like, wow, you can find this information out in the Dawes Enrollment, 1899 to 1906. They took us into that system called Dawes Enrollment and started changing our names, our last names, and giving us names like Williamson, Jackson, Coleman, and all these other names. All right. So when they did
Mm-hmm.
that, they took our property from us because now we lost our way. So this is really deep when you understand it. It's deeper than the paperwork because it's a cultural thing. But now we are the ones that formulated the government, and people don't really understand that. The first Congress was Morse. This is the second Congress. So again, when people go back and start looking at the Continental Congress and how this country was formed, then they'll understand who we are. And once you understand who you are, you can move free as a people. You
Right. You
can
can
move
move
free because you're
accordingly.
not subjects, and that's what citizens are, subjects. You know. So
Wow. The
we want to make
information.
sure
Yeah, the
that
information that you have on it.
everybody
Wow.
that's trying to understand this, hey, there's a deeper part. But listen, you just could be a national. We get turn you into a secure party, correct your status in the system, and just protect your property and get you going. Now, there's another way where we can show you how to put liens and take properties because you have the right to take that property. Because once you go back and look into the land records, you'll see that your ancestors once owned it, but none of us have never put a claim on it. That's why a lot of our properties is out there because we don't put claims on it. It's
Whoa.
ours through our ancestors. But this process is universal. Again, I don't look at this process or it's supposed to be for a specific group of people. Because again, as Moors, we know that we don't look at colors. There's no colors. It's the people. You know what I'm saying? So if you're here to get help, and we see fit, we're doing our humanitarian duty and we on our dean, we're gonna help you. And we're
Right.
supposed to help
These,
you.
yeah,
We're supposed to
these
teach you
studies could be applied for everyone.
for everyone.
Everything that you just stated, situated, could. Yeah, I got you. So
Right.
yeah.
As a sovereign, you're supposed to understand that. You know what I'm saying? But you
Hmm.
do have those Moors that look at the color thing. They got the color thing going on. Like you do have our people who got this color thing going on, because they don't
Unfortunately, yeah,
understand.
that's just yeah.
And when they look into the law and they see that we are underneath free white person, that's us. They just really gonna blow their mind. They're gonna be like,
Right.
oh,
They know what? Yeah.
yeah, they were like, damn,
Everyone needs to own the Black Laws Dictionary. As many
yes,
volumes as you
yes.
can.
Go
You don't
get
need
your
the hard
Black Law
copy.
Dictionary, get the
Yep.
fourth edition, get the sixth edition, and will it help you understand what I'm saying? Go look at
Hmm.
the Census Bureau from the 1800s, 1820, 1850. Look at the Census Bureau. Every time they had the Census Bureau, they changed our name. So that's who's doing this to us. All right. For those who really want to understand what's happening, what's going on. Now, the birth certificate again was given to us because the lien was put against the American people. Who put the lien against all of us? BIS, BIS, BIS. BIS put the lien against the American people. It was called the NUWAPA, the North America Water and Power Alliance. When they put this lien against the American people, they made the IRS the holders in due course. That's why they can come after you and seize your property.
Hold on. Stop. Hold on, man. You listen. Stop. You saying that like repeat what you just said. This. Yeah, you saying it like it's just.
Yeah, listen. I put a
Wow.
lien.
Hey,
I
repeat
think
that,
I'm
man, for
telling you
real.
because I put a lien against the account, and I'm attached to the account, and all of us supposed to attach back to that account. That's the 14 point trillion dollar account that people be talking about. I seen some people tap into it and say, "Look at this the account," but you gotta know how to tap back into that account. All of us are supposed to be able to tap back into that account.
Well,
You
listen,
know,
don't get that deep in that.
but I ain't gonna
You
go.
talk
I ain't
about
gonna
that
go.
into your class,
I'm
but
not gonna go there.
just repeat what you said about the BIS and how the lean and all that. Just repeat that part. That part should be standard knowledge for everybody. Don't go
Yes,
deep into
everybody should
what you was about to
understand.
say because that's part of your class. But
Yeah,
just go
because
over the basic stuff that
everybody
we
should
do just know.
understand. Everybody should understand what happened.
Yeah, explain that part.
What happened to us? How did we get in this mess?
Yes.
All right, it's called BIS. If you look up the word BIS, it's a conglomerate of banks. I think it's 63 international banks. It's banks. It's a group of bankers who put a lien against our property, and that's how they begin to take the gold and silver from us. That's how they begin to take. That's how HAR kicked in 192. So BIS will put a lien against us. It's called the North America Water and Power Alliance, NWAPA. And when they did this, they made the IRS the holders in due course of the American people assets. So therefore, they can notify you and seize your property because they are the holders in due course due to the lien, the NWAPA lien that was put on the people. It's our job to go back in and reverse the NWAPA lien. So that's something
Mm.
that I do. One of the process that we do, for those that's deep into this process, we attach them back to the ancestor account. Is the actual, I ain't gonna go into there, but we attach people back to the account, and that's a process that we're gonna be doing, moving forward. For who it could be 2 people, 3 people, or 5 people. We're gonna take people in and show them how to get back, you know,
Okay.
and attach back to the account because this for everybody. It's not just for me or just for a certain group. It's for everybody.
BIS, is that, I could be wrong, is that a bank for international settlements?
That's correct.
Wow. Okay.
The Bank of
See, I do my
International
research right
Settlements.
on the spot. Don't play with me.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Damn. Wow. Okay.
So that's the problem.
Damn.
That's how all this started. And people will never talk about how this started or who did this to us or how we got in this mess. This who did
Damn.
this to us. This how we got in this mess. And you must learn how to reverse the lien, and so you can be able to do your thing. Again, I'm not going to go too deep into it because we're in the process with it, but it's there.
Mhm.
It's there,
Wow.
and it's for the
Well,
people.
wow. Let me interject real quick. I could tell about enough. We have a couple of new people coming in, and plus, it's good just to reiterate. Thursday, then let me do my thing. Where you at? Layers. Click that. Boom. Switch screens real quick. Thursday, there is a free questions and answer session Thursday. And ironically, that's 314 day here in St. Louis, area code 314. Woo, woo, woo! My bad. That's going on Thursday, free at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, question and answers. The link is going to be available for those that don't have it. The link will be available in my YouTube community tab. So go there in the next couple of hours or so. It will be there. You will click on that link and you will be able to be part of the free answer and question session. 314, that's Thursday at 5 o'clock. And there's also, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Otis, let me correct you on something.
Oh, I apologize. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's okay. The link, I just want to make sure everyone's clear. The link won't come out till the day before, which will be tomorrow. So I don't
Okay.
want I don't want people bugging you saying,
Thank you.
"Hey, the link's not there."
Got you. Okay.
It'll be
Thank
tomorrow,
you.
sometime tomorrow evening is when that link.
Got you. Okay. The link will be out sometime tomorrow evening. If you're not already in their Telegram group, you could get that link to join that free question and answers in my community tab on YouTube. Obviously, you're here now. You will find that link there sometime tomorrow. So check back. So that's the information you see there. The phone number is regarding to a seminar or a showcase, whatever you want to call it, that Lord Ausar is going to be hosting. That's for a donation of $250. And the phone number that you see down there, you will send the text to that phone number, and I will let the lovely Kimberly go into more details about that. Go ahead, Kimberly.
Yes, anyone wanting to attend the Code Breaker workshop on March 21st, 2024 at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The cost is $249. Text your name, your first name, your last name, and your email address to that number right there, and you'll be provided with instructions on how to get you into that class. Again, provide your first name, last name, and email address at that text number right there.
Yeah. Again, I have to sound like a broken record. He has some good information. He really does. If you're here now, if you're not familiar with him, or if you are familiar with him, he has some great information. Yes, he is a lovely practicing cultural wise Moor, and it's based on the mandate of being a Moor. And I do practice those same tenets. It's not about selling anything. It's not about harboring anything. We are here to help those that need the help, but those that are willing to do their own work. We're not here to do anything for you. At least I'm not. I'll let it speak for itself. You should know me by now. I'm not doing nothing for you, but I'm gonna lead you to the right direction. I'm gonna help you, but you have to be already on a certain level again of your own understanding. Again, I keep it simple and I keep it real. You have to have already gone through basic training. To me, basic training is have an understanding of what's going on, understanding what a straw man is, just doing your own basic understanding and reading and your own research. And only you could do that. I can't do it, but I know sure as hell know if you've been studying or not based on the questions and the situations and the emails that I get.
And
I can tell.
Brother Otis, so
Yes, ma'am.
the workshop is going to actually, it consists of right now a curriculum of 6 processes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
6 processes. So the first process, we have the workshop that's starting on the 21st, and it's going to start at the very beginning, because what happened when we did a class, we noticed that we had lots of beginners in the class, we had some intermediate, and we had a couple of people that were really advanced. So we did a poll of the people, the 50 some people that were in that group, and we decided to help folks out because there was so many beginners in it. So what Lord Ausar is going to do, he's going to start from the beginning on March 21st, and he's going to take you to the end, all the way up to the private banker. So if you want to stick to the end to become a private banker, you're going to get all that. If you just want to learn how to pay bills or whatever, set up your trust, you're going to get that information too.
Okay,
But
gotcha.
What he's doing though, he's not giving you bits and pieces for you to go out there and figure it out. Of course, you're going to have to do your reading, your research, and so forth. But what
Hmm.
he's giving you, he's going to be giving you step by step. He's going to be holding your hand. He's offering consultations also in case you have additional questions. But he is also going to throw in those free sessions like we have on Thursday where
Ooh,
you can come and do a free for
wow.
all and ask the questions that you want.
Listen, I'm gonna cut you off. I'm gonna let you keep going. I know there's a lot of people want to hear this. I'm glad you're doing what you're doing, but man, based on what you just said and that curriculum, that what you're doing, man, you guys are again, and this with it all, you guys are spreading yourself thin. But it's a beautiful thing though, based on what you're doing. But it's well needed based on, like you said, there are a lot of beginners out there who need this information. So that is great
Well,
that you guys are doing that. I didn't know,
I,
this is my first time hearing the quote unquote curriculum. So
yeah, I
thanks
can't.
for correcting me. So yeah.
Yeah,
So go ahead.
I
I didn't mean to
can't.
cut you off, but go ahead, continue.
No, no, you're fine. I can't take all the credit for it. I got a partner in crime. She's not here right now. Her name is Doreen. When y'all see the email coming from the code breaker, it'll come as Elise, her middle name. So the
Wow.
behind the scenes is Doreen and myself. We help Lord Asar, but we're a small team and we're trying to put it together. What we do run, the setup that we have ran, we don't run or operate like other platforms out there. When Lord Asar starts his presentation, you will not be allowed to ask questions because if you sit through the whole presentation,
The question
all
will
your
be answered.
all your questions are answered. Like literally when we did the bill pay class, by the time he got through with the class and there were no questions. Like
Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
so we don't allow questions within the presentation to not disturb his flows. We can answer questions if we have time at the end, but the session that's coming up on the 21st, there's going to be two classes, two parts to that. The third part then will be a question and answer. That's where you get to ask all your questions pertaining to that process that we just went over. And there's
Got
six
you.
different processes. So we have a
Okay.
curriculum.
Okay, so you have a straight curriculum, you have a agenda, you have an outline of how it's going to proceed. You already know it's going to be 3 sessions. You already know it's not a last minute thing. You already know. You already prepared for that.
We
Great,
already we're
great.
already
I got you.
prepared.
I'm talking like that. Yeah, I'm talking like that because I'm saying some stuff without saying some stuff, but I'm saying some stuff.
And so
Okay.
what'll happen is even when you get the link tomorrow for the free training that's the sessions that we've already had, I need to let folks know that when they get that link, they're not going to see if you're a first time on the platform, you're not going to see the link in your inbox. You have to check your spam. So
Thank you for
please
saying that. Got you.
don't be disturbing Otis saying I didn't get the link, I didn't get the link,
Check
but
your
check
spam.
your spam. Also, too, don't be hounding Otis saying we didn't get the recording, we didn't get the recording because the recording is going to be in the link wherever you got the link. If you scroll down just a little bit more, somewhere in there, you're going to see this big pretty folder. When you click on that folder, you're going to see the recordings, the transcript, and any documents that Lord Asar said came with the class. You're going to find it in that folder.
Y'all sound like y'all organized.
We
Damn.
we trying to
Yeah,
be. We
we're
trying to be.
trying to get it
What?
together for the people because we even want to put documents in there for them to have access to, and we're going to have a workshop where we have a document fill. We help them fill out the documents actually, because there's one thing is to talk about the documents, and then there's another to actually show people how to fill out the documents. So that's definitely needed amongst our people because once you show them, once you tell them what to do and give them the document, they'll fill it out to the best of their ability. But if they fill it out wrong, they're going to go through a frustration period to where it's not working.
Hmm.
So we must, get them the information to them to where they can understand it in a way to where they can say, "I got it." And again, they have enough confidence to go out there and say, "I guess what I did, what you did. I filled out this document and executed this way. I put this verbiage on it. Congratulations. You're now going reaching to the level of sovereignty, right? Because your sovereignty is what? Your freedom, right? You want the
Right.
right to travel. You want to be tax exempt, and you want to be bill free. To be bill free, to be the right to travel, to be tax exempt, that's freedom, that's sovereignty, right? And then the last and foremost step you want to work on is your funding, right? You want to understand how to fund it. So, we teaching people in these classes and these workshop things like how to make instruments, like the platform, like I was showing today in the WhatsApp, how people could make money out of thin air. But they're gonna say, well, how you fund it? How you fund it? If you pay attention to what I'm showing you, I'm going to show you a pattern to where it's going to lead you to where
To
how you fund it. So
mhm,
that's what I was doing in the WhatsApp. I was saying certain things, and then I was leading them to a pattern so they could say, oh, this is what this is about, right? For example, and not to be going too much, but remember we was talking. I posted on the platform and I said, read the bottom. The bottom says that if you want your securities to be transferred into the secondary market, have a medallion stamp,
I read that. I saw
right?
it. Yep.
So in the workshop, I'm going to be giving you step by step detail of what exactly they're talking about when they do that, and
Wow.
how you can make how you can create instruments into how you can turn instruments into securities, right? With a value and redeem. See, this was Socrates about. Imagine if they
Hmm.
taught us this in school. Some of us would have came out of school knowing in 10th, 11th grade how to create instruments, redeem them, how to write promissory notes to pay for anything that we want. What work system would they need? Anything that they need, we could just pay for right through a write off, you know?
Yeah. Listen,
So,
I get man. Listen, I want people. I want to say that I have to put this disclaimer out there because I know people are listening. They know they hear other people. Well, I don't have too many other people on my platform that talks about this particular lifestyle. There's
mhm,
only other one person, and that's Lamont, aka Thomas Legacy, and he goes a different route, a good route, a whole nother foundation. But my whole point is this, and I want people to understand that. I've always said that since day one. This is not the way; it's a way.
it's a
There
way.
are
That's right.
several remedies
That's right.
and
Oh,
processes out there, as you know.
mm-hmm,
Lord Ausar is going to handle several of them that have curriculums for each one of them already, as you heard. Seriously,
mm-hmm,
that's
mm-hmm.
a way. It's not the way. So let's not start this premise that Otis got somebody on this platform that he got the answer. No,
No, it's not
the
about that.
the IRM manual is like this. The Constitution is big. The codes, the statutes,
It's there.
everything is out there in black and white. It's
Mm-hmm,
all upon your interpretation, and it's
mm-hmm,
all upon who you are. Are you a Moor? Are you sovereign? Are you who you are? If you find out, and once you find out who you are, then you should know how to move accordingly. But first, you need to know who you are. Once you know who you are, then the documents, the information, i.e., the Lord of Swords, the Thomas Legacies, the information is out there. I'm not going to put my name out there. I know what I know. I drop what I drop. But the information is out there. But you have to know who you are first and then move accordingly. And he has, along with his administrators and the team, I consider myself to be a small part of the team, not to toot my own horn,
yeah,
a small part. I donate
you with
and
the
do what
team.
I do.
You with the movement, Big O.
No,
We just trying to get this together for the people. Like I said,
for sure.
I
I'm
try to
kidding.
say,
For yeah,
I try to
I'm
say,
acting serious, but for real. All jokes
yeah, I try
aside,
to
and I know
say,
seriously, not to get I'm not about to get sentimental and all that. I do for real. No BS. I do know your heart. For
yeah,
real.
man.
So
I try to say,
I know you coming from the good side.
yeah, I try
I
to
know
stay
One
you
neutral,
are.
man. I
one
try
For
to
thing
stay
real.
neutral and
one
everything.
thing I
Anything
do
that's
want
going
to
on, I try to stay
say
neutral.
Yeah,
one
go
thing
ahead, Kimberly.
one thing I do want to say is that the process, the curriculum that we've created is processes that he's been through and fine-tuned himself. So
Say that.
he's not going to be speaking from just some book or what somebody told him. He has personal experience with it.
Thank
Now,
you.
don't come into this class talking about receipts, this, that, and the other, because you gotta where he's at. He's at another level that I haven't seen. When I see all them zeros and I can't even
Don't,
count
yeah,
that far.
don't go too far. Don't go
Look,
too far. Trust me. Nope. Listen, I get your point. Sometimes sometimes you do have to. I can't go against my own word. You do have to ask questions, but
yeah,
sometimes you don't need to ask questions
Listen,
when
listen, and it's all
the
right.
answer is already in front of you.
It's all right
In
yeah,
some
because that's what
situations,
people gonna do.
or when
that
he's
It's all
going to
right.
show it to you without you even having to ask.
that
Mhm.
part
Yeah.
definitely.
It's all right because people gonna ask some questions anyway. But
Yeah.
it's really not about that. It's about that, but it's really not about that. It's about if I can do it, you can do it, right? If I show you
Right.
how to do it, then we doing it together. You
That
know,
part.
you know what I'm saying? So my goal is to make people secure party creditors. Secure parties and creditors. That's don't never say
Mhm.
that like that. Secure party creditors.
Yeah.
There's no such thing.
Hmm.
A secure party and a creditor. And that's my goal. Again, you don't have to be religious, into party to no religion, group, or culture thing. It's just you being you. So we dealing with banking. This whole thing is banking. It's public
Okay.
banking
Say that.
versus private banking, and then you got foreign banking, right? But we ain't going to foreign banking yet because we didn't understand the public and private banking. See, we got people that got foreign trusts and things like that, but don't even understand public and private banking.
Yeah.
And they already somebody that gave them a process and put them in a foreign trust. And I'm like, hold on, you're gonna get in a lot of trouble, or you're gonna lose out because you're gonna expatriate yourself out the system and leave all your assets behind, or you're gonna wind up mixing public with private and jam yourself up. So this is why we want to have this curriculum. A curriculum is needed for our people. You know what I'm saying? We need to have a university to show. Imagine if we had a university where we can show young kids how this process works. So by the time they get into the 12th grade, they coming out with their own trust funds. They coming out understanding how to build their own business. They coming out understanding securities, bonds, stocks, and they know their position. They know how to redeem them. Now they know how to become businessmen, build their brand. Instead, these systems are teaching us to come out to work for another company.
Right.
So these curriculums are needed so you can learn how to create your own company because you are a company via your straw man, right? Your straw man is a company. So
Right.
that knowing that and going deeper into it in a workshop, you'll understand how to navigate, your American vessel and cure yourself in many ways. So, but first things first, you need to get yourself together, you know?
Yeah.
So again, this platform is for everybody. I have so many friends and I got love for them all. And it's no color because like I said, I don't see that. That's nonsense. In the
Gotcha.
world of crayons, you got to be. Look, let me show you something. A lot of people out here has a low level of intelligence, but they don't understand this because we live in a society where they took our names from us, they took our age from us. They took the time from us. What I mean by that, most people don't know how old they is. Most people do the real age. Most people don't really know, their name. Let's, for example, if I ask an average person to go to college and they swear they're smart and they got these degrees, and you ask them a simple second grade question, hey, what's your name? They'll tell you their name the way they've been taught in school because they haven't known that school teaches them to be ass backwards in thinking, right? So they
Hmm.
say they give them your first, middle, and last name. You say, okay, let me see your ID. Now the other day I want to talk about that. Let me see your ID. Now, what do your ID say? And most IDs say last name, first name, middle name. When you go into these schools or into these government buildings, they call you by your last name, your surname, so they call it, and that name is that's who you are to them, right? Your surname. Even when you go to school, your teachers call you by your surname. They don't necessarily call you by your first name, right? But let me show you how deep this is. So before I go into that, but let me just say, when you understand the difference between the all capital and your last name, first name, middle name, then you know the difference between you. Most people don't understand that. So they don't even know their name. They would tell me a ass backwards name. And I would be
Hmm.
like, well, that's not on your ID. And they look at me like baffled. And I'm like, well, look at your ID. Do it say first, middle, and last name? And 9 times out of 10, no. So when you go into the court systems, they take you in the court system under the presumption of their allegiance on the first, middle, and last name. All you have to do is realize that, hey, that's not my name. Here goes my ID. This is last, first, and middle. That's not me. Why is that important? Because they cannot take you in the system and do anything with you because that's a living you. The living you cannot be taken through the system and given jail time. It has to be in a fictitious all capital straw man name. Once people understand that, that's half of the battle. They now know how to navigate. When you don't want no personal liability, who you gonna put out there? The all capital name. When you want the liability and want to be the beneficiary of what you're doing, you're gonna put the all last name, first name, and middle name. But this get deeper and deeper and deeper because that's understanding the system. You
Right. The
know.
way you broke that down so elementary because I'm not talking shit. I already knew that. But the way
Hmm.
you broke it down
Hmm.
in layman's terms, I know that you guys just timestamp this part and to get a full understanding and clarity of the difference between you and that individual on that license, on that driver's license. He just broke it down.
Yeah.
But I
How
already knew
better?
the concept. Yeah,
Yeah. But
he
so that's
just
why I
broke it
tell
down.
people. They say, "Oh, my bills didn't go through." Well, what name did you put under your first, middle, and last name? Okay. Well, it might not have went through because that's a debtor trying to pay a debt, right?
Hmm.
You got to come in
Wow.
the position of the secure party under UCC 4-105, and you come in as a living doing business for the dead. The dead is the all capital first, middle, and last name. So you coming in to do business for that name. So you signing off on that name. Why are you signing off that way? Last name, first name,
This
middle name,
Lord or
because you
so.
have no liability. They cannot take you to court and drag you in with your last name, first name, middle name.
Right. And
Because
you
you'll
right. They
never
show
see
say
nobody go to
Draper,
court. You'll never
Draper.
see, right. You'll never see nobody go to court and their last name, first name, middle name. And if they do put it like that, they try to all caps it or make it an alias. But that's the way you're supposed to understand how the system works, you
Got it.
know? So,
Wow.
and that's on the UCC. The UCC, this most powerful contract in the world, puts you in this position, right? So
Wow.
now,
Yep.
now people don't know their name. So we got that out the way. Now let's get to the age part. The society and the system that we live in, they done messed the system up in a way to where we don't know how old we is because how are you born every 9 months, right? But celebrate your birthday every 12 months. So again, how you
Hmm.
born in 9 months but celebrate your birthday every 12 months? Technically, your birthday is supposed to be celebrated every 9 months, which is the supreme number in the alphabet, I mean, in the mathematics. But we'll go back to that. Now, listen to what I'm
Damn.
saying to you. Listen to what I'm saying to you. The original calendar was a 13 calendar.
Right
Now,
out. Yep.
before I get into that, let's deal with the 12 calendar. Now, is it that it's 52 weeks in a year? And we go by a 12-month calendar, right? And it's 52 weeks in a year. They told us this, right? Now that means it's 4 weeks in a month. We get that, right?
Right.
So that means that if it's 4 weeks in a month, that means it's 12 months in a year, right? According to the
Right.
calendar we go by, right?
Right.
Now, if you do 4 times 12, that only comes to 48.
Yep. I've done that several times. Yep.
So
I've done that. Yep.
where's the other 4 weeks?
Yes.
So we are
Yeah.
missing a month out of this calendar that we practicing, saying that we are this age every 12 months. We're already missing a month. So we off already. So let's get deeper with it. You can tell, and we did this in the workshop. But we could tell how old you really are by this dividing 12 and multiplying 12 by the age that you're currently according to this construct of reality that they got us in. Because they knocked us off our time, our minds. I mean, my name, time, and land for a reason. So we want
Uh
to know
huh.
who we are or how to connect. So
Damn.
again, if you are saying if you was born 9 months and say you are 50 years old, that'd be 50 times 9, right? To find 50 times 12 to find out how many months you've been here. Then you
You said, okay,
divide
you said 50 times, and I'm doing it right now on my calculator. You said 50
50
times
times
9.
12. 50 times 12.
Okay,
That's 50 years times 12 months. How many
got
months?
you.
What's the number?
600.
So now divide the original birth of conception, which is 9 months. Because you're supposed to celebrate your birthday every 9 months. Now divide
Okay,
9 months into 600.
so 600 divided by 9.
Yep. And that's on the 12. That's on the 12-month cycle.
Okay, 66.
So you are 66 years old in real time if you was doing your birthday based on the 9-month cycle.
Wow.
So now you know how old you really is based on the lunar cycle, which is the precession of the equinox, which is 25,920 years on the cycle.
Hell no. So god damn. So if you was 50, you really 66.
Yeah, so those that's 50, that's really 66 on the solar clock. Now check this out. Let's go to
Uh-huh.
the lunar clock. The lunar clock, that was 12. The lunar clock is based on 13. Now, why is this important? Because the indigenous people, those that's Indians, should know this or know this, that we call America Turtle Island. The
Mm-hmm.
Moors know this. We called it
Right.
Turtle Island.
Mm-hmm.
We was the one that called this Turtle Island. But we understood that there was 13 spots on the turtle back, which represented 13 colonies.
Mm.
Okay? It also represented 13 months in a year. But look at this. Outside the turtle is 28 spots, which is 28 days of a woman's cycle. So if you multiply that, you'll understand that the 28 days times 13 is what gives us the 365-year calendar. That was the missing month. So they knocked us off of the woman calendar, the lunar calendar, which was the original calendar, put us on the
Mm-hmm.
solar calendar, the precession of the equinox, and knocked our time off so we don't know how old we really is now. Check this out. Let's do the science on the lunar calendar because we just did it on the solar calendar. Let's go
Uh-huh.
on the lunar calendar. So on the lunar calendar, we did 12 times, let's do 13 times 50.
Okay, 13 times 50. 300, 650
Now divide 9 into it because you took you 9
divided
months to
by
be born.
9. Damn. 72.
So you
Shit.
really 72. You really 72 real time on the lunar clock on the original clock that they changed. Now, how can I say this? Go look at the 1775 Bible. They got the 13 months in there.
The what Bible? Say that so people can go do their research. I love this part. We
Go
not
look at
just
the
talking.
Bible. It's the 1795 Bible. Go look in the 1700 Bible, the original Bible. They got one of the older Bibles, not original. The Septuagint is the original Bible. One of the original Bible. Look at it. It shows you the 13.
13,
It's
yeah.
in the 13 calendars. The calendar was called Soul. I mean, the month was called Soul.
So
SOL. That was the abbreviation for the month in that Bible. SOL. Soul. It's between July and August. It was located between July and August. Okay? It was located between July and August. And then there's another part that we see that was located between November and December. So they're playing with it because they're moving the months around to knock us
of
off
course.
our frequency so we won't vibrate at a certain level, because once we vibrate on a certain frequency, things begin to happen. So they have to
Damn.
knock us off our calendar. Now, you know how old you is in your lunar, and you know how old you is in your solar. But let me tell you what's more interesting. Say if you was premature, you got a birthday, your birthday, you get a birthday quicker. You're older than the average person. If you was born in 6 months, you was born 7 months, you're 8 months. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You
Yeah.
know? So
Right.
people who born 6 months and they celebrate their birthday every 12 months. How is that? They took them 6 months to be born. They born
Oh, damn. My
so
daughter was
people
born 3 months premature.
Well, so a person born in 6 months, they double their age according to the
So
12-month calendar.
So she was born in September in 6 months, but she wasn't supposed to come here until September, October, November. She wasn't supposed to be here until December.
right? So
So
she
she
doubled
really
her
old.
age.
Got you. So them all you
She's
had
supposed
all
to
the
have
months
two.
up. This wow, damn.
She's supposed to have two birthdays. So this is how much they knocked us off. This is how much they knocked us off. So it's very
Damn.
important for us to understand the system and for us
Hmm.
to get into it to know that who we are. We don't know our names. We don't know our age. We don't know our locations. Why? Because north is not south, east is not west. It's
Right.
flipped.
It's
It's flipped everything.
reversed. It's reversed.
So I
North is
tell
south.
people this:
South is north. Yeah.
people think down south is where is that? Virginia. I tell people all the time, down south is New York.
Yeah. Down south. Yeah. Everything is reversed. Yeah.
Everything is reversed. We got proof that in the 1200s that they flipped the compass around. Why did they flip the compass around? So we wouldn't know where we was at.
Mm,
How do we know this? Just look
mm,
at the planes that when they fly across the sky, they go around spots deliberately. They don't go directly to that spot for a reason because we'll start learning where we at. So they're doing this for a reason. So this is important, the cultural part for us to understand who we are. That's what that's what that was the taste of the cultural part, the things that people are gonna learn who they are and what we can do. But for the most part, this is about our sovereignty. For the most part, this is about bill pay. This is about getting our trust funds. This is about getting our estates. This is about understanding who you are, the age of majority. In the system, they got all of us in there as minors, and that's the real meaning of minority. They told you and lied to you and told you minority was black people or a small group of people, and that's what no. The terminology of minority mean that you are a minor in the system, and you're a minor in the system, and you're an infant in the system, and according to that, you are incompetent to handle your business.
mm.
So we have to hire a lawyer for you, right? When you
That
reach the
part.
age of majority is when you authenticate that document. Minnesota Rule 220. Now we go back and we start handling all our affairs and everything accordingly because now you're in a position to handle all your affairs accordingly.
Hmm.
So this is going to be very important for people who want to learn this process from the beginning to ending because I'm bringing it to them from the beginning to ending. Hey, we're going to start here. We're going to get you all through these things and all set up. Why? Because when the money come in, and I always tell people this: if you're doing this process and you have a large amount of money that you're going after, and whoever's doing this process for you, if they haven't set you up a certain way so you receive that money, they don't know what they're doing. They are trying things, and you are the experiment.
That part. Wow. That part.
Because brokers, certain accounts, you want 100 million, 50 million, 10 million coming in, you better have certain accounts set up for that. These banks only assure certain money amount, 2 million to 5 million, depending on your bank. So if you put anything over that entire your bank, you don't know what you're doing, and the person that's teaching this don't know what they're doing. Why? Because if it's not FDIC insured, if the bank steal it, how you gonna get it back?
Mm.
So in that order, we want to bring people to this process, and we're going to teach them how to do several things. We got so much things going on. I can't do it all in one night with you. But
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
all the
and that's
forms
why.
that we
Yeah.
all the forms that we're gonna be putting out there for people to fill out and stuff like that. And of course, we're gonna be collaborating with you and getting things done, for the people because we want to help the people. You
Right.
know.
That's good. Listen, man, that's good. Great information. I dropped the link. You guys, no one partook in clicking on the link, which is good, which means you answered a lot of the questions. You gave out some great information. I learned some things, especially about the BIS. I'm not gonna even lie. Actually,
Yeah,
I'm still on the website right now. Bank for
yeah.
International Settlement. I got to
We're gonna
do
be
my
into
research
that.
on that. Listen,
Yep.
yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, but
We're gonna
no,
actually
go
do a
ahead, go ahead.
workshop. We're gonna actually do a workshop on that to where people could go back. That's who those that's interested. They go back and attach to that account because like I said, and what I like to do is bring a platform together to where thinkers. I learn from everybody. You know what I'm saying? I learn from
Hmm.
you. I learn from the people that I'm showing the process. because they learn from other people and they come and say, hey, well, I did this and I'm like interested and I look into it. If I don't already know it, I'll look into it and be like, wow, that was
Right.
interesting. Or I say, I already did that. Don't do that. That's going to get you jammed up because I've been doing this, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, I got a lot of experience in it. And then, one of my things I always tell people when when they come into my workshop, I put the straw man up there, Google me, right? So you can understand what has been done thus far, so you can understand where I'm going. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And that's all
Most
it's
definitely.
about. It's about just putting together this process to where we can get some remedy and get the people help. You know?
Yeah. Well, real quick, great transition. Again, let me pull it up.
Hmm.
This Thursday, 314. Of course, it's 314 day here in St. Louis, area code 314 STL day, just ironic. But that day, he's going to be giving a free question and answer seminar. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to pull that banner up. Yeah, that flyer up for you. Yes, a free uh, session and a quick answer and quick answer and question session on 314
Hmm.
at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. His time, 5 o'clock my time, Central Standard Time. It's free. The link will be available for those that don't have it. It will be available sometime tomorrow. You could check back on my channel that you're on right now in the community tab under post. You will see it and you will click that link to attend the free question and answer free for all. Also, while you're in there, there's a folder that's going to have previous calls on there from previous questions and answers. I guarantee you there's going to be something on there that you're going to get that's going to pave your road or fill a pothole that you need filled. I promise you, I'm very visual. I want you to understand that it's there and it's free. Again, the link will be in my community tab tomorrow evening sometime before, not evening, but tomorrow before the session starts. Also, let me pull this down. I'm going to bring Kimberly back up, and she's going to go over the second part of where they are going to have a actual uh, seminar or a class or a session, whatever you want to call it. So go right ahead and explain that to them. Let me pull up that number too as well. Go ahead, Kimberly. The floor is yours.
Okay, the Code Breaker workshop is going to be March 21st, 2024 at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The cost is $249. If you want to partake in that class, I need you to text me your first name, your last name, and your email address to the number that's listed right there under the screen, 210-382-6006. Again, this is for the class that's going to start on March 21st. This is the first class of the curriculum, the very first class, the beginning. So if you want to start and follow your way through to the end to becoming a private banker or whatever the end entails, the first class starts on next Thursday.
Thank you for that. Again, I understand. Again, a man is worthy of his hire. If
I
you
want to
can't,
drop some hot sauce though, real quick. Oh,
oh, go ahead, go ahead. Do your thing.
me and you talked about something, and it was incredible because you're in this process, and you definitely out in the battlefield helping the people, and you getting this information to the people, and that's what's up. I applaud you for that, my brother. We talked the other day, and I said to you, I said, "Oh, I got something in the mail. It was blank."
Oh, oh, uh-huh.
I said, "It was blank." Oh, you said, "Man, was it this?" And when you described it to me, I started laughing. I said,
Mm-hmm.
"Wow." You know what I'm saying? I said, "You was already there with me." This to show that we are up in this process at a level to where there are things happening behind the doors that we're not talking about right now. Correct? You agree with that?
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah,
Most definitely. Yeah. And
there's
it
a
was
lot of
just
things happening
yeah.
that we're not talking about. But this workshop that we get, I'm gonna bring to the people, that's gonna be able to lead them up to this same position. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
To where, the payment voucher, you know what I'm talking about, without going into details.
Mm-hmm. Of
You
course,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
we just talked about it, well, now a
Right.
couple of days ago. Yeah, you know I know.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
things like that, people don't really understand, haven't reached that level. And there's some people that reach the level understand. But we are making progress because we are filling out our documents and we are sending them in, and they're sending us these documents back, showing that whatever we are doing is not that we're doing anything in fraud. They are sending the documents back to us because why? They have the forms. I always tell people forms, formula, and format. Right?
That is
I got a
true.
lot of them sayings. Oh, I got a lot of them.
Listen,
Form,
and
formula, format.
I'm gonna go forward saying this. When I open it, I'm being listen. People that know me know me. They know I keep it always 100. I'm straight transparent. When
No
I
question.
got it and I opened it, I thought it was either a typical another 60-day letter or a quote unquote frivolous letter.
Not at
I'm
all.
keeping it real.
Me too.
That's what I thought it was,
Yeah,
but
because that's how
that's
the
not
old
what it
mindset.
was.
It wasn't that. It wasn't
That's
that.
not what it was. So so what you just said is so true. You either did something right and you're
Hmm.
going to be not rewarded, but they're going to show you that you did something right,
Yeah.
or you did something wrong in their
Right.
eye. It could be
Right.
fixed.
Right.
It can be
The process,
fixed. It can
yeah, the
always be
process
fixed.
continues. It's always
Yes.
to be fixed. But
Yes. Oh, yeah.
we want to make the IRS our friend. We want to make the IRS our friend. So, in
Yes.
this process, we're going to be teaching people how not to be belligerent, with the IRS, and not to be aggressive with them, you know what I mean? But
Uh-huh.
how to put money in their pocket. You know what I
Right.
mean? So
Most definitely.
this process is going to be very interesting for those who really want to go all through the ladder. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I have a way to breaking it down in a way to where you can understand what's going on, because clarification is verification, right?
Mm-hmm.
Clarification is verification, but clarification is verification once you have the proper identification. So I want people to have their IDs and everything in place, so then they can go through that process. Because if their identity is not right and they're coming in as a dead man walking, trying to do this process, they're going to get jammed up. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So
And I want to say as well, again, the information, again, everything does not require a price.
it
I'm
don't.
letting you know right now,
It
he's not
don't.
like that.
I'll be giving a
But
lot of information out for free. Oh, you know
for
that.
free, man, I know you have. And if I'm not going to give out the Telegram group, or that's not, I'm not going to do that. I
Yeah.
let them figure it out themselves. But for those that are a part of the Telegram group,
Mhm.
they know what I'm talking about. The information is there.
You mean the
Also,
WhatsApp?
too,
You mean the WhatsApp group?
huh? Yeah,
You talking
that's what I meant. I'm sorry, the WhatsApp group. That's
the
what I meant. I
WhatsApp group?
apologize.
Yeah.
Thank you. The WhatsApp group, and I'm not going to give that out. I don't want to even have that responsibility. If they need to be in there, they'll find their way there. I'm not even going there.
Exactly.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, but with that being said, the information is there, and also too that what you're doing Thursday. I'm serious. That's some good information. The
Yeah.
information
That's
that you
what
were
we.
dropping today on this
Yep.
live is some good information. But it's
Yeah.
going to get even a little deeper
Yeah.
what's coming up Thursday. And again, come on now, a man is worthy of his hire. It's the
Yeah. We going.
information and the way you explain it. So you have that webinar going on. So, but yeah, but we have something for everyone. It's not all about the monetary gain. Come join the class Thursday and see if it's worth your while, which I'm pretty sure it is, and move forward from there. Seriously, let's move forward from there. But the information is definitely there. And again, I have to say this. Again, people, which I shouldn't have to, we're all grown. We're all grown. But in case there are new people here, and in case there are those that I'm not trying to be funny, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, who don't like to be held accountable, because let's keep it real. I'm going to say it. A lot of us are in this space because we did not honor our obligations and we were trying to get a free ride. Yeah, I said it. So now you're here and you're trying to get out your shit. But that's neither here nor there. I was there once before too. I come with clean hands now. I was there. I get it. Just because you do bad things doesn't mean you're a bad person.
That's
For
right.
real. I get it. But with that being said, the information is here as usual. It's here. Just get it. Just get it. Get it between the ears. Understand it. Be willing to run with it.
It's gonna
Everything
be.
is not again meant about the monetary gain. Not to sound like a broken record. Please, I implore you, come to the class Thursday. It's going to
No,
be
and
worth your
what we want
while.
people to understand too. We want people to know because some people complain about it, but 9 times out of 10, they're the same people that wind up teaching other people the process once they
Yeah,
learn.
and
You
listen,
know what I mean? The ones that's complaining
I'm
about the
glad you
monetary
said that.
thing,
That's
but
all they're going to do.
yeah.
Everyone
So
is not going to do that.
exactly.
We
So
already know what's in the space.
we know the game. We know the
We we,
game.
we, we know the
The first
game,
ones that's
yes.
screaming, the first ones that's screaming something about the price is the ones that's going to be helping people with it. So you know what I'm saying, 9 times out
And
of 10. And
charging
that's just
them.
the game, right?
And
So
charging them. Come on
but
now.
I want to make this clear before we close out.
Yeah, yeah.
When we put this information out here, especially when I put it out there, I would love to get with people who are competent to understand this information and teach them this information so they can go out and help the people. But that should be a different platform for those that's learning from the beginning. But those
Hmm.
people who already know, we need we need a nation of teachers.
We
This is
do,
how it
seriously.
begin to change. You know what I mean? Now, people don't know that we more the we are pronounced high priest by Anu. So as high priest, we was deemed to come out and teach this information to the people. We taught the Masons and they turned their back on us. My son, Mason, my son, Mason, that's my son. He not higher than me. He my son. My son tassel stuck here and he can't move it nowhere. Mine's go 360 degrees
Mm,
because I'm universal.
mm,
And I only let him go to 33 degrees while I go to 360 degrees. My tassel represent the cap and gowns on college kids' heads. That's the Morris tassel that you see on the cap and gowns,
mm-hmm. Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So we created school. It's a deep science that goes here, and
Yes.
I'm going to come back with black and white receipts in the seminar to show people how deep this is. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, we are here to help for those who want to help. If you don't want to help, it's all right. We don't have no hard feelings towards anybody because this is for people who need it, right? And that's it. So if they don't need the help and they don't want the help, we wish you all the well. And we are here. If you come back, you'll get somebody else. And guess what? Once we teach everybody, especially the leaders, the science, hey, I don't have time right now. This person know it, that person know it. Wow, we went through a workshop and we showed everybody how to do it. I got other things to do. So I want to definitely get this information out to the people who are competent to understand it. So if you can set up a platform, Kimberly, for those people who are competent, that you deem competent to understand this, we'll have that certain platform and let them go back out and be the teachers to their community and do what they need to do.
Man, you guys are spreading. Listen, well, you know me again. You guys are spreading yourself thin already,
Yeah.
and some of you guys who are actually not to put nobody business out there at all. That's why I'm so serious. I commend you guys. Some of you guys have your own personal situations going on, but yet and still you are spending time, a lot of time, putting things together, trying to help others when you have your own BS going on. I'm
Right.
pretty sure by you helping others, it's alleviating the idle mind and getting your mind off that stuff so you can help others. So I get it works hand in hand. But the point is, you don't have to be doing this. And I'm being honest. You are a better person than I am. Yes, I help people, but I don't do it on this scale of a platform that you guys are doing. I'm glad to be a part of it, allowing you to come on and help get their word out. I'm more of a let me touch your palm, knee to knee, chest to chest type guy. I want to know I'm helping you because I'm moving like that now. But to be on the
It's a
platform,
mandate. It's a
you know,
mandate. Yeah, and I respect that, Big O. But it's a mandate.
no,
We're
yes, I get it.
mandated. We're
Yes,
mandated to come out and teach the people this information, whether they want
I
it or
got
not,
you.
whether they listen or not, whether it's one person or 100 people or 1,000
Hmm.
people, that one can get to another one and that it multiplies. We have to go out and teach the information so it can multiply. But it's a mandate. And with
Yes.
we're gonna keep coming out. I'm gonna keep doing what I need to do. And like I said, I don't call myself Lord I saw because it sounds nice or anything. This is what it is on the proclamation.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, yeah, I know you're
So
doing your thing, and I know what you're doing is from the heart.
right. It's I want
Oh,
to
I
take
see all
people
that
through.
proclamation. I see it. Yes, I see it. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
that's the proclamation of the Lord of Sar, and that's the plot number. So I have a land, that that's underneath me that I purchased in the United Kingdom, and mine's come from the United Kingdom. My title of nobility. So I want to bring people through this process. You know what I mean? I'm
Hmm.
also a postmaster, and I got that from the post office. I'm a postmaster in my license. You know, we want to bring people up to the highest level of this. So anybody that's involved in this process and they go through this with me, they're gonna come back and be able to tell you a whole bunch of stories because there's so much stuff that I can't explain right now that you can go through and do. And like you said, there's several different ways that you can
Yes,
skin a
it
cat
is.
and pretty much, do what you need to do. And with that being
Yes.
said, I yield the floor to you, Big O. I appreciate you for allowing me to come on to your platform and just to share. And I appreciate everyone who just came out and just give a listen ear because these are the people who are going to be able to go back and teach because they are here. And and that's not no pun, no punch to anyone who didn't make it tonight because people are busy and they got things to do. But
Hmm.
we know, and I know those that's serious, that I'm going to keep seeing them. And them the ones I'm going to grab and say, hey, you come with me. Because every time I was doing something, I kept seeing you. You know what I mean? So, and then I know they're going to also go back and share with with their people. So, this
Hmm.
is the information we got to get out there. So thank you, brother, for allowing me to come on your platform. I
No,
appreciate
listen, anytime, again, you know how I move, but any way or anything that I can do to help you, to
you.
help Kimberly, because I know where the heart is, seriously. So whatever information and whatever I can do to help, I'm going to do that. And
Mhm.
you already know that.
Mhm. And you know
Do
you
you have
always
anything
welcome.
that you want to tell the people, Kimberly,
Mhm.
before we close out here, before you guys get up out of here? I'm gonna stay a little bit longer, but did you want to say, have anything you want to say?
Yeah, I just want to remind people Thursday, March 14th, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Look for the link on Otis Who's community in his community. He will have the link there tomorrow, hopefully before the evening time, but it'll be there tomorrow, and the class is on Thursday. Also, March 21st, 6 p.m., $249 for the
Let me
Code
put
Breaker
that banner.
Workshop.
Yeah, put that banner
Call
back up.
me,
Yep.
send me a text message at the number on the screen, 210-382-6006. Send me a text message with your name, your first name, last name, and your email address, and I will get you connected for that class.
Yeah, and again, one more time for the free question and answer session. That's Thursday at
Yeah.
5 o'clock my time, 6 o'clock. Is that right? I don't want to
Yes,
mess up.
you
Okay.
you're right.
Yes, yeah, 5 o'clock my time, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Thursday. Again, that link will be available sometime tomorrow for Thursday in my YouTube community or post. I'm going to post it there, and you just click on that. Inside that link as well, there is going to be a folder of some sort where you could listen to the previous recordings of the question and answers. That's going to be some great information there for you as well. I believe that's the I don't believe, yeah. Also, too, if you do get the link, make sure you check your spam. Check your
Yes.
spam. Check your spam. Per
Yep.
Kim, check your spam. All
Well, everybody
right,
that's
well,
in the
listen,
WhatsApp link should be able to get it, and press on it. Should be no problem once you put it in WhatsApp.
got you. Okay. Well, hey, I appreciate you guys, man. Hey, I thank you. I thank you. Oh, you guys are done. You cool? You have everything else to say? Lord
Anybody got
Ausar,
any?
you good?
Anybody got any
Thanks for having
questions?
us.
Okay,
Any,
yeah. Do you guys have? Yeah, we have a few people. Do you, again, before he leaves, do you guys have a question? I left the link. No one click on the link. I respect that. That's fine. But also too, let me see. Did someone drop a question in the chat? Let me double check. At the end of the day, just got to send them. No, I don't believe there's any questions. Nope.
all right.
So no
So
one has any questions.
with that being said, Big O, then I'll see you Thursday.
Okay, I see you Thursday. And
All right.
thank you, Kimberly.
All
Thank
right.
For
you.
Peace
real.
and light to everyone
Mhm.
here. Thank you.
All right, I see you guys later. All right,
Later.
peace.
Peace.
Hey, listen, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Seriously, I wanted you guys to participate and have uh some questions for them. You know, you guys was acting all scared and want to hop up. I get it. I understand. But seriously, all jokes aside, again, to recap, that number down there is for the individuals who would like to partake in his webinar. Call that number and leave a text. You have to leave your name, your email address. I forgot what else she said. Just go back and listen and rewatch this video. He left a lot of great information, and she left the information on how to get in the class. If you don't want to join the class or you're not able to join the class, don't forget Thursday. Thursday. Uh, it's a hold on, give me 1 second. I apologize. I got sidetracked. Did you have something else to say, Kimberly? You good? Oh, first name, okay, first name, last name, email address to that phone number. Thank you. I got you. Okay, first name, last name, email address to that phone number on the screen if you would like to partake in the seminar. If you just want to listen, or I mean, if you just want to be part of the the answering question session Thursday, and or that's going to be Thursday, 5 o'clock Central Standard Time, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. The link will be in my post community section sometime tomorrow evening for that Thursday class. Again, within that link, there's going to be a folder of some sort where it links to the previous question and answers that are going to be very helpful to you. It really is. So that's that. Hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it. Especially if you enjoyed this information, I'd like to send a shout out to, I cannot pronounce your name. I'm going to spell it. She did donate a cup of coffee uh to myself during the show, the podcast. I really do appreciate you. So I'm going to say your name. I spell it Keionne. Is that Kiana? Kiana, damn, I hate mispronouncing names. But thank you for buying a cup of coffee and supporting the show. I really, really do appreciate it. Again, if you'd like to support the show, click on the QVR code. Buy your boy a cup of coffee. If you need uh, not to step on anyone's toes, but I do what I do here as well. If you do need a living revocable trust, which I recommend you need one. If you also need a 508c1a trust, and if you also need a status correction, I have the information back there as well. Click on the QVR link, and the information is back there. And whatever I do sell, it does come with a 30-minute consultation. Whatever you get from me, you will know exactly what to do with it, with reinforcement and things like that. That's how I roll. Also, too, you see the above my head, my social media icons. Whatever you need to do, like, subscribe, follow, please do that for me as well. Before I get out of here, does anyone have any questions? I appreciate you. I can't do this without you. What I do during the week, what I do during the week for my channel, the OtisWho podcast, what I do during the week during the AM hours. I am part of a panel at least 3 or 4 times a week during the day. It starts anywhere from 8 to 9 o'clock in the morning. and it lasts 3 to 4 hours. Great panel. We talk about a lot of current issues, a lot of relationships, a lot of life things. It gets loud, it gets rambunctious, but I try my best to keep the peace and stay neutral. That's what I do during the day. And in the evenings, when it presents itself, I bring this type of content. This type of content. And you know what I mean by this type of content. So please support the show. I couldn't do without you, and I really do appreciate it. This is the OtisWho podcast. Yes, yes, yes. And I'll see you next time.
OtisWho. Music.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.